This question from Quiz2 Jan paper 2026 ST. Consider the predicate. The predicate is given. The predicate is P equals to A or B and not of C. This is the predicate. Which of the following options represent the PC? So they are asking to find the PC, that is under the condition which the class C determines the P. Class C, so A, B, C are the clauses. Class C determines the predicate P. So this one, predicate P. So that is, we consider the C is the major clause. C is the major clause and A comma B are the minor clauses. A and B are the minor clauses. In the question they are asking to find the PC. PC means the clause C which determines the predicate P. So how to find this one? So in the predicate you can represent C equals to true and XOR operation with predicates C equals to false. So you can find this one. This is the PC. So why this is the PC? C is the major clause, right? That is, the major clause C is false. The major clause C equal to true. Replace in the predicate. Replace in the given. So predicate. This is the PC. Major clause. C is the major clause. That is, the clause C flips its truth value. Flips its truth value in the predicate. This is the predicate, right? So that is, in the predicate you can replace with C equals to true and C equals to false, and you can do the XOR operation. That is XOR operation. XOR or XOR operation. This is called the XOR operation. Friends, for this question you have to remember false XOR with X. For example, X is a any logical expression or any clause also is false only, and true XOR with X, not false. This one is X, this one is not of X. X is a clause. X is a clause. Any clause. Clauses are A or B or C, right? Or is a logical expression in terms of clauses. Logical expression in terms of clauses. If you remember these two formulas, you can solve the question easily. And C equals to true. That is, the predicate given is A or B and not of C. So replace C equals to true. That is, A or B and C equals to true, right? True, not of true. That is, A or B and not of true is false, right? False. False, false. False, true. True, false. True, true. So in the AND gate, both the inputs are true, only output is true, otherwise false. False are you can represent with 0. True is 1 and false you can represent with 0 in Boolean algebra. Okay. If the AND gate, if this input is true, if we consider this input is true, this input is also true, only the output is true. If it is false, one of the outputs is false, the output is false, right? If it is true, false, output is false. It doesn't matter whatever the input value. So in the AND gate, it doesn't matter the other input. If the one of the inputs is false, the output is false only. Okay. So this value is false. This value is false. So we want to find this value. So that is predicate C equals to false. That is, A or B and not of C, right? Or B and not of C equals to false. that is not of false, that is A or B. Not of false is true, not of false is true. Okay, so in the AND gate one of the input is true, so one of the input is true. If the other input is true, only the output is true. If the other input is A and B, right, this is the input 1, input 1 is true, so input 2 is A or B. We don't know it is true or false, so the result will be this one only, input 2, that is A or B. This is the second one, this is the first one. So we want to XOR these two results, right? XC, that is the major clause C determines the predicate P equals to, first one result is 1, right, this one, false XOR with A or B. So you have to remember two formulas, right? This one, false XOR with X is X, right? So that is false XOR with X. So X is a single clause or logical expression. This is called the logical expression, right? So logical expression in terms of clauses A and B. So the result is X only, right? X, that is A or B. So that is PC, predicate, the clause C determines the predicate P is, answer is A or B. For this question the answer is A or B. So this one, right, this is the answer for this question is D. So you have to remember these two formulas, friends. If they are asking PA, so PA, that is A is the major clause, at that time you have to find the A equals to true, XOR operation with predicate A equals to false. If they are asking find C, predicate C equals to true, XOR operation with predicate A equals to, they are asking PB and predicate B equals to true, XOR with predicate B equals to false. So mostly you expect these three models only. You can remember these three formulas, and this one, false XOR with X is X, true XOR with X is, true is you represent like this, right, like this, that means negation of X. Okay friends, if you know these three formulas, you can solve this type of questions easily. Friends, if you like my videos, please like and subscribe my channel, and thank you for watching.